Did you get it?
Pretty wild.
Do the one from last. Do
We
the
could
one.
do the one about the GS that DIED'd.
Hmm?
That's recorded. Gary Springer.
Oh,
You said G.
I was wrong.
I heard GS and I thought of General Superintendent,
That's
and
what I
the,
thought. And I was like,
I'm-
there
yeah.
she is right
I am
If you can find a better one.
too
I had that one from last week about the
Nazarified.
Bobcat. That's the only one I can think of without.
Oh yeah, that lady.
Yeah, the lady in
Bring
Dry
that
Ridge.
up. I'll have you read it off.
My
You
phone
with
died. My phone died.
Charge it up, dude.
You act like there's not any chargers on this office.
There's a wireless charger right there. Just put it over there for a
Well,
little
give
bit.
it to me.
I'll pull it.
But you gotta
Give
look
it to me.
Just gotta remember to do that. Share it if you can, other people, or if you want to.
My phone died.
I know that. But plugged in.
I'm playing my video game right now, or I would.
I think it's charging. We'll find out. If anything, I'll give you. Hey, people are commenting in. Rosemary, first person in.
Yeehaw.
Let's go. I've ever told you how much I hate that expression.
Yeehaw.
Let's go. Because it got big during streaming, like when gamers would be streaming and like Ninja would be like, "Let's go," and I'm like, "Let's go." The phrase is a classic phrase; it's always been used. But the whole term that people use it now of, the excited "Let's go," it's super annoying.
Oh, like how Tom Brady, like when he walks out of the tunnel, he always runs down the field and just goes like, "Let's go."
That's like of the past 2 years, that's a thing now,
Yeah.
but it never was before.
Yeah. LFG has become a pretty popular saying in sports.
Yes, Joe Rogan
You're
took
right.
it over too.
Yeah.
He really loves it now.
LFG.
It's let's
Let's-
go, but with the non-Christian version.
With the fun word in the middle. F for fun.
Let's fun go.
yeah.
Let's
Let's fun go.
Okay. Makes sense.
That's what Tom typically says when he says
Oh.
"Let's go." If you see, they don't, if they never actually hear, you never hear him say it. If you watch him say it, they said there's that fun word in the middle.
Oh, so the word's not fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
It depends on how you look at it, I guess.
Interesting.
Wow, we're not even a
Interesting.
minute in.
I told you.
Let's get this party started.
We
Oh,
gotta-
look at that. We got a comment from Facebook or YouTube, I mean.
We gotta
It's about to be a
find
two
the
of
lines
them.
here tonight.
Let's see. I'll get rid of
YouTube
that.
notifications, if you don't have them
Oh,
on,
somebody's volume's up.
that was mine. I
Yeah.
got it.
Oopsies.
You
Gonna go over to our Podbless page
My
on
bad.
Instagram.
I don't know how
go.
I feel about this.
What feel about what?
Nitro Pepsi.
I love that stuff.
It looks gross to me.
You need a glass though.
Like
They're
it-
supposed to hard pour it.
It tastes flat. which
Yeah.
I like flat.
I like
stuff,
flat
but it
drinks.
just feels like thick.
You guys like flat drinks?
Yeah.
Well, that's what that is, totally.
Which I should just drink the other one in there because those have been in there for months and Joey hasn't.
Do
Touched
it
'em.
before the mold of the expired milk takes over everything again.
It's possible. I might. Joey, if you're listening to this, I'm snagging that Pepsi before I leave.
Hey, let's all be honest with ourselves. He is not listening.
Nah,
No.
Oh,
He does have an
boy.
important job to do. So.
No,
Sure.
that's what he tells everybody.
he is just hanging out doing whatever him and David Durr want to do right now. Is whatever that.
Honestly, him and David probably left the wedding rehearsal to go fishing.
They might be night fishing right now.
I'm going to try a neat trick I learned on Twitter because we never get anybody on Twitter. But I'm going to make a post.
I think you mean let's go, Rosemary.
Yeah, Rosemary. Let's go.
LFG.
So sometimes
Major
I'll,
dubs though.
sometimes I'll get posts on my phone or notifications on my phone from Twitter saying so and so mentioned you. So I'm going to write Podbless mentioned you in the post. So that's what it pops up and shows you in your notifications. So they'll be like, oh, somebody posted it. And be like, oh, there's a link. I'll click on that.
Nice.
And I'll trick them and steal their banking information.
Mike.
Oh, wow. We got some comments, and it's mostly Rosemary. Hey,
Is
Mike.
the draft on?
Oh yeah, it's draft night. I forgot.
What's that mean?
NFL draft.
NFL.
A bunch of grown men yelling at a TV screen.
It's really grown men watching grown men pick other grown men to be a part of their grown man team. where they play stuff together as grown men. That is actually all it is. That's funny. Sports are wild.
Yeah, we had creative differences with Joey.
Where is this thing at?
Joey thought he had power.
Josh, we're a little overdue here, bud.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on making more posts. Okay. We'll get this. Don't worry. We'll get this bird in the air.
I missed the Raiders' first pick. That's all I care about. What crap position did they pick?
See if that Twitter post got anybody tricked into watching. Hello. Okay. All right. We all good? Everything's all hunky-dory.
Rosemary said Jenna Squires. Same thing.
That was the guy that was commenting in. All right. Everybody headed up and everybody mic'd up?
Who's Mike?
Mic'd up with a microphone.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, I guess let's get this party started.
Sorry, Rosemary.
Hello, and welcome to the Podbless podcast with three dads who are involved in church ministry where one is a full-time minister, the other is a volunteer, and one is a veteran of both.
This podcast will deal with the interaction between our faith and our day-to-day lives.
With a few fun segments in between.
I'm Joey.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Brett.
And this is
Podbless. Oh, clicking buttons. You have to have multiple HDHD to run this stuff. I see why Joey is so in his place here, in his element, because it's like punching 15 different buttons to get things started.
I bet if we were good, you could probably like press a button to automatically like tone down the volume and like change cameras in like 3, 2, 1. But we're just bad.
Where he's always sitting here, though, he likes having. He acts like
he's
has
wired.
Tentacles. He's just like
he's absolutely wired.
Yeah,
so.
Especially when you give him a ghost.
And speaking of, we talked about everything being good already. We just moved that screen to the right, like a couple inches, so I can see the last. Not you. It's
it's
for
pretty off
you,
the
Josh.
words.
Oh yeah.
So I can see the last comment.
That
there.
right? Or
Yeah,
the
that's
right?
perfect. That is perfect right there. Nice.
Hey,
And I can see that
Floyd.
hello now.
How's
there
it
we
going?
go.
Good to have you here. Oh, you sent that. Did you send that through text messages about that lady?
No, I read it. I sent it to Joey.
I think you sent it to.
I didn't put it in the group. Maybe I put it in the group.
Yeah, somebody sent it. I think it was that big group with Brad and everybody and wherever that is.
Oh,
Yep.
she's got a husky. I got 2 of those things.
Oh no, that was the lady dressing up as a clown.
Husky owners always.
Clown lady. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one too.
Oh, here it is. Found it.
Yeah, sorry. Joey and Brett are gone tonight, and so we figured in honor of Jerry Springer, we could bring this crew in to make it really messed up.
Jerry. Yeah, I actually had a friend text me today about the whole Jerry Springer thing because he's just a few years younger than me, but he got a new assistant at his job, and he was like, "Man, this guy turned 23 yesterday, and he made me feel so old." Said he doesn't know who Blink-182 is,
What?
and when I brought up that Jerry Springer died, he said, "Did he used to sing?" Like Springsteen, Springer. Yeah, he thought. Yeah, he had no clue who Jerry Springer was.
I'm 23 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're an old soul, though. You are an old soul. In a good way.
I'm not saying this generation's messed up, but I hang out with a lot of older people.
Oh, Rosemary, Brittany's commenting in.
I like dogs.
But is it Podbless if Joey is gone? Yeah, totally is.
It's more like Pod Blacks.
After dark. That's right.
First cousin baby mama drama? All right, we're getting into it. Let's do this.
If you stay on, midgets busting in the doors. Surprise later.
Oh, few years younger than me. No, he's like 2 years. Or wait, how old was he?
He was
Jerry Springer
79.
was 79. Yeah.
79. Oh yeah, he's a lot older. Huh?
Yeah. I didn't know like he was so involved in the Cincinnati area. Like he still has a radio show here. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess not anymore, but
Right. Who was? Who else was it? I was trying to think of this. Oh,
Can't run a show if you're dead.
who's the Howie Mandel?
Oh yeah.
He is 1 year younger than my mom.
Huh.
interesting.
They do not look the same age.
It's because he's like an absolute germaphobe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's gonna beat death. He's not gonna be around any germs to kill him.
Yeah, but also like you got to think if one germ gets to him,
One germ
He's
gets
done.
to him in that last day, dude. He's out.
Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan the other day, and I just started listening to his episode today, and I was like, man, I don't listen to all of them. I usually pick and choose. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll like this today, maybe I won't. I was like, Howie Mandel. He had a cartoon when I was a kid named Bobby's World, and it was him doing the voice of his little football-headed kid, not Hey Arnold, but the kid was still football-headed, and so yeah, I like grew up loving him to death. It was a Bob Saget feeling. Like Bob Saget was like the dad of TV, and then you got to see his stand up, and you're like, oh, like Bob Saget's not clean. Yeah.
Speaking of Bob Saget, I saw. You ever seen that Netflix documentary, "The World Hates Cats" or something like that?
Yeah.
I
So,
definitely hate
That
cats.
lady is actually leading a charge. I just saw and creating her own documentary investigating Bob Saget's death.
Wow.
I
Of all
thought
the
it was-
problems to tackle.
Yeah, no, and they've already like picked apart the coroner's report and everything, and
Yeah.
like they're pushing for answers.
Wow. Well, every time a celebrity dies, they're like, oh, they were working on a pedophilia documentary when they died.
Yeah,
Like that's the big conspiracy theory. Like
yeah.
they were leading the charge against pedophilia. And
I don't
then
know.
They died.
Thought it was interesting.
Yeah. Well, the Bob Saget thing. Yeah, not the thing I brought up. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
8 viewers. All right. We got started a little bit early tonight for those of you viewing live. We apologize, but also you're welcome. We know that a lot of people complain about it being too late, but tonight it's not too late. It's just a little late.
Just a little.
Yeah. You've probably had dinner by now, unless you're Jenna and her boyfriend. You've probably got the kids to bed by this point in time, Like,
Hopefully sitting down, maybe some ice cream, chilling out.
yeah, when I was leaving my house, my wife brought up like a gallon tub of ice cream as I was walking out the door. I was like, oh, bye. It was from the birthday party last week of when I became 40 and my daughter became 2.
You're a full 16 years older than me.
Yeah, man. That's how most people realize that I'm not as young as I look,
Golly.
my boyish good looks. Whoa. It's because Joey isn't there. There's a whole conversation going on I'm not paying attention to, right? He wrote a bad check. Oh.
Wait, what?
I'm just trying to keep up with the conversation, and I don't read good, so I'm just reading the parts that I want to.
I mean, Netflix, yeah, they've been just releasing.
Totally.
They just been like, oh, people like serial killers right now. We'll talk about the worst people that have ever
How
existed.
much money are they putting on their books to be like, hey, let's make a Netflix special about you?
Yeah. That's the truth, man.
I mean,
And they're probably spending that money on like lawyers or something. Like, get me out of here now.
That's the truth. What's his name? Tiger King. He's still in jail. He was really hoping for Trump to be like, pardon.
there was a limo waiting for him
Yeah.
on
He
Trump's
thought-
last day,
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
Trump was like,
and it was pointless.
oops, I just did a bad finger there. Did that get on camera? Nope. Okay. I did it. And then I was like, yeah, Joey's not here. Yeah, Brittany, I actually am 40 years old, born in 1983. Yeah, I'm an old man, which is funny because Rosemary and Brittany talking here, I always thought Shorty was my age. When he was a camper at camp, he just always looked older. And I found out he was like 19 years old one day, and I was like, I thought he was my age. I really didn't, but he could have passed for sure, having a beard and dreads.
There are over 20 serial killer documentaries on Netflix.
I think
They
she's
got
saying
issues.
like they already paid them off.
Oh,
No,
hey Bart. Yeah, you're just
Still,
a year older
that's
than me,
wild.
Bart.
That's nuts. Learn something new every day. All right, who's starting this?
Anyway, yeah,
Speaking of learning, we could go to my topic.
we can do that. Let me. I was trying to find you a good sound because we've got so many, but you don't have an original on here anymore.
Just
It's in
play
the
the-
old bank.
Just play the random button.
Oh yeah, the old bank's in my office.
Yeah, it is. Man, these are really small. My eyes are getting bad.
All right, guys. He is 40. If you weren't, he is struggling to look at
Let's see if this
digital
does the
letters
trick.
right now. That is.
It's time for Seth's segment. Bow, bow, bow. Woo! We'll see if that works, right? Go ahead.
Sure. All right.
That's your intro, bro.
Well, you're talking about learning something new. This is something I thought interesting. It was interesting, and it kind of goes with Joey being out of town and what he's involved with. Do you guys know and have heard of the term best man, right? For like a wedding? We're seeing a mugshot
best
over
man.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to see if this is the news story he was talking about earlier.
Oh, okay, got it. But you know, you heard of the term best man, like it's pretty common for dude to pick out his best man.
Yeah.
Do you guys know where that term started and why?
No.
Do we get a guess?
If you wanted to guess, I would love to hear it.
I don't know. Like,
Give me your wild guess. I want to hear it. And I want to hear what time, what
Okay.
century you think it was in.
I feel like it's maybe like one of those backup plans for your wife, maybe.
Oh, like if you're
Like
you're,
if something happened to you, you're
your
like, hey, man,
fiance
you're my-
left.
No, like you would be like, if I died in a plane crash, you're like, you're my best man. You got to marry my wife.
Okay, I like
that.
that.
I mean, it's a
Okay, yep. Rosemary said the same thing. Gotcha. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's kind of a biblical kind of almost look at it. You know,
If I had to guess, I'm gonna go
your
like,
brother dies.
I'm gonna go like I don't know, like Viking age.
Viking Age. Okay, so
That's a good time, Aaron.
yeah.
I always think Abraham Lincoln every time we talk about a time segment. I'm just like, Abraham Lincoln's time, whatever that is.
That wasn't that long ago compared to that's 1800s.
Yeah.
That's like 3 people ago.
Yeah. Well, I guess Adam never had a best man, right? Or did they like join together and wed? Adam and Eve?
I guess he didn't have a best man.
Might have been the snake.
I heard a good fact about Abraham
a
Lincoln
deer.
and JFK the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, is it a bad joke?
it's one that I might get in trouble for saying.
Okay.
Rosemary says Mary's the bride. I can't see the last one. 1400s. Okay,
Ah.
close. It is the 1500s, actually, the 16th century, and it is of a Scottish origin.
Okay.
So the term best man
Scottish is what you meant.
comes from, so obviously, especially that time, there were smaller villages. There are not, oh, hey, Brad.
Oh, is he commenting in?
Yeah, I like this
buddy.
group better than the Norwell bunch, too. But,
For
so,
the D team.
obviously,
The D team. Nice.
1500s Scotland, there's not a very big villages and stuff like that, so sometimes if you were a man of marriage age, there wasn't a woman for you to marry.
Yeah.
So your best man, your homie pretty much, would literally go to a neighboring village and kidnap a woman for you to marry.
Well, was it club, but that's way after the clubbing.
It would literally like sneak in middle of the night, exactly what you. It's a full blown kidnapping essentially,
So-
and yeah,
My first initial thought is my friends suck. Like I know they're not bringing nothing good back.
Now, nowadays it would be an all prank show. Of like, let's go steal one for him.
Wait, you don't want her? What do we do with her now? Like,
Get the big van. All right, let's do this.
my friends would kidnap me and drop me off at somebody else's village.
yeah, like I would not trust my friends picking.
Well,
out like
and nowadays, with all the gender fluidity and stuff like that, I mean, they could come steal you. Somebody might show up and pull you in a van
That's right.
to take you to show up for a wedding. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I think I've done the regiment that I need to do that nobody's going to grab me. Like after you make sure you're secure, you're like, I got to make sure nobody's going to nab me for a wedding. So you're welcome, honey. If you're out there watching.
That's how Missy and I met. Oh, that's good.
wait. So like, what if that married? Like, would they have to check if that lady's married to someone else?
I would assume.
In the kidnapping scenario, I feel like
like,
it's
can you
kind
just
of a.
check?
Can you bust down at the door and just be like, "Hey, you're coming with me"?
Well, I don't think there's like a vetted process. I think it's just show up. there's one, and I'm out.
I mean, like literally, he's like this says that it's this says they're taking her from the comfort of her own home. That's literally how the story I'm reading it says.
Wife
So
That's
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they checked very well. They probably didn't like that town very much. So
Yeah.
that guy they probably had beef with anyway.
Well, and that's well, I'm not even going to bring up the other subject I'm thinking of. They probably stole kids. They probably didn't steal.
Yeah, it
like,
probably was a younger.
yeah, she's got a fancy career. Let's get that one. No, like back then it was a way different scenario of like, yeah.
And honestly, I just think I had the best idea for like a new reality TV show.
I'm scared to hear what you're going
Oh
to
my
say.
gosh.
So
But
hear
go
me out.
ahead.
We-
Joey's
we-
not here. Let's
go
hear it.
through like it's not bad.
Okay,
I was
good.
just thinking like, what if like someone just made a series about like we'll say Vikings or like Scottish people back in the 1600s, like these times,
Yeah.
and they got teleported into like today's world, and they didn't change. So like you would have to live out their culture in
Ah.
Jail.
2023.
Jail.
Oh,
They go
that's
to
what they'd
jail.
probably be running from.
They
Obviously.
go to jail.
You a jaywalk? Jail.
Like no, this is Viking country.
No, as soon
now.
as I see a woman like actually like talk to them, not trying to go straight there on the podcast, but just that's history. It's just the way it is.
I'm pretty
if
sure
we're
they
being
would
realistic
see,
about
like,
it.
what women wear
Um,
nowadays and try to like
As soon
hang 'em or
as they
something.
got like
I don't know.
it bumped into a
Vikings
woman on the street and she like gave him a dirty look and stuff like that.
lopping off her
Yep,
head.
he is going straight to jail. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that would be what happens. That's so
He
true.
is getting the cops called on him for sure.
like people in the 1800s just like, oh, we don't like you, let's publicly hang you now. Like
yeah. All my best man did was hand me some Bananka right before I gave my wife a kiss. Bananka's the mouth spray, like the
Oh,
classic
nice.
Okay.
Dumb and Dumber kind of move. I did that on our wedding day,
Nice.
and I was like, "Oh, wait!" When he said you could kiss the bride, and I turned to my best man, Nick. You're not watching because you're in bed.
did he spray it in your mouth for you, or did like?
No, he sprayed it in his mouth, and then we just transferred
Okay.
it over that one. No, yeah, he gave me the spray, and I sprayed it myself. I'm a big boy.
That would have been a lot funnier if you
It-
just turned
it-
around, just like full elongated neck is
Yeah, yeah, stuck my tongue out. It got a good laugh. Kel didn't see it coming.
Dashing good looks from Brad.
Oh, we got comments going on there.
Yeah, they're talking to each
Try
other.
thing in
We,
Africa.
we don't even have to like mention them. They're just doing their own thing.
I know. That's what's keeping the viewers around. They're just talking to each other. So I did see this other idea on TikTok. It was
Okay.
like, why don't like you ever heard of the abandoned tribes in the islands we don't mess with? Like,
Oh,
there's that one
the
tribe.
isolated ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I saw this thing of like, since we have drone shows now, let's just send a bunch of
Oh
drones
my
over the island and make a face, and let's
They would
pretend that it's
stroke
God.
out, dude.
And then
Oh my gosh.
I've seen videos of the drones getting
Oh
knocked
my
out.
Yeah, like they shoot them with arrows.
Yeah, speared them and stuff
But
like
like, if it's just 100 drones shaped like a face
Are they-
talking down,
that. Are they still around though?
Yeah.
heard,
Yeah.
I heard that like they got infiltrated and got sick. So I didn't know. If
No,
there was
they're
one
still
island.
they're still
still
like 10, 12, something like that.
I heard like the
they're-
last person that ever like tried to make contact with them was like in the 80s.
Oh yeah. Well, no, there's been people try.
Well, yeah, but there's like a 5 mile like exclusion zone, and like they're pretty serious about it.
Okay.
So they're an interesting tribe. I've read a lot about them actually.
Getting messages over here. just
don't
making
exactly
sure.
blame them, but
No,
Yeah, I mean, the whole I can't do all that. This is too much going on at one time. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. So if you pick a best man now, remember he has a very important job, and you need to pass that along to him. He needs to have a good upper body strength, maybe some good core, in case something were to happen, and he needs to go get you a new woman.
or at least if he's not he's not down to do that for you. You need a better best man.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not. If it's just some guy at the office you vaguely know asking you to be the best man, that's one of those weird situations of
Or
like, he
like-
doesn't have friends. Oh.
It just makes me think like, what if the town drunk's like, I want to go get married?
Go pick the biggest dude. Oh, you're my best man, all right?
Like, is that what called villages to fight back then? Probably.
I don't know. I mean, they fought over everything, mostly food, I think. People wanted to live, water,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Interesting.
Well, I appreciate your segment. That was pretty nice. Nick, you really were underwhelming with the Bananka. That's all I got to say. Don't know if you had my back that much. I got your 6. Noah, do you want to go into yours or do you want to jump into mine?
Is yours serious? Because mine's more of like a.
Oh, mine's kind of goofy too. Mine's always goofy.
Let's
What
just
am I
go
saying?
mine. Let's just
right.
let's just go off the rails already.
Let's. I'm gonna give you Joey's intro. We'll just put your name in there, all right? Sit down and listen up to what Joey's got to say. I missed it a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, we're gonna play a game.
There you go. There you go.
Had to do that for Joey.
Josh gave me a 5-minute heads up to think of something, and I came up with a game.
I
5
gave
minutes.
you way more than 5 minutes.
Well, I was
You're on
distracted.
the podcast most
50.
weeks, aren't you?
I'm
It
a
just
better
depends
best
just what
man.
kind of night I'm having.
I'm a better best man than that, pal.
All right.
I could shoot
So-
off some notes for you.
Not gonna lie, I forgot what I named the game. What do we name it? Finish the sentence or whatever.
No.
Wrong sayings only.
Wrong sayings only. My
I'm
brain's
gonna
not functioning
ask you a
either.
question, and you have to say something wrong to it. Like, you can't actually answer the question.
So you can't answer it
The
honestly.
opposite of Jeopardy.
Yeah, in a
Kind
way.
of.
He'll ask a normal question.
So I'll-
you give the most bizarre
Yeah.
answer you can give.
So, Josh, I got one for you right now.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
That was a big pause.
I
Okay.
didn't write it on my phone.
Okay.
All right. What's your favorite thing in the world?
What's my favorite thing in the
You
world?
can't do that.
Yeah, I can.
No,
I can
you can't
ask.
think.
Yes, I can.
You just have to
What's
go off
my
the bat.
favorite thing in
Off
the world?
bat.
Chocolate ice cream.
You got that's.
I hate ice cream.
You're really making this not fun.
No. I mean, I was trying to go with. You jumped onto me, so I had to think first offhand. Hey, what's your favorite thing in the world?
Nissan Juke.
That
See,
is
that's-
not his favorite thing. That's good.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. Okay. Noah, what's your favorite thing in the world?
Squirrels.
Oh my
I
gosh.
just
Okay.
you said
You
squirrels.
read squirrel. You couldn't even. You can't even do this on the end.
Still in
Giving
my
me-
head.
At
giving
least
me
you
the
came
hard
up
time.
with something. Like
I don't know. Like, let's just toss
Yeah.
around a few things for
Yeah.
each other here. Like,
Nah,
don't, try not to ask each other the same thing, because then we're gonna be like pre-planning it.
It worked out good for him.
Yeah. Like, I'm just kind of wondering why you're wondering about Nissan Jukes.
Okay, go ahead and ask
they're
me
the
a new
worst car
question.
ever made.
They are pretty awful.
What are you scared of?
What am I scared of? Beluga whales.
Butterflies.
See,
The way they
I feel
just
like you
flap their
think-
wings right at
I
you.
always re-ask the question to make sure I heard it properly. You mumble, so I'm just making
Okay.
What did you think? What did you just say? Did you try to talk crap? Oh, I didn't get to prepare these. That was right. That was right at the
I just
cuff.
hate how he says it back. Or
wrong answers only, people.
wrong answers only.
Yeah, you should start off
Because
every
it
question
grounds me.
by repeating
Uh-huh.
that.
Okay, wrong answers only.
Wrong answers only. Here we go.
What's the right thing to say at a funeral?
Space.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Oh, nice.
All right, wrong answers only. What's the right thing to scream in an airport?
1969.
The bomb has been defused.
Oh, that is
That's
a bad
actually the right thing to say, though.
one. Yeah, you want to hear that more so than other
Terrorist
conversations.
win.
Like,
Baby turtles we got over here. Dogs. Spiders. Nice. See, you should have had your questions lined up.
I was not.
I gave
mentally
you
prepared
5
for
minutes
this.
notice. I'm just
I know. I was kind of hoping you guys had some good ones too, because I wanted to play along.
Oh, you want to play along too?
See here.
Seth's got this.
Oh, die.
I don't know. You seemed like you did.
Just think of the most random.
We're all on
stuff.
this boat together, you know?
If this ship's sinking, we're going down together.
What's your favorite thing to go do on a sunny day?
Turtles?
Oh my gosh, you guys are terrible.
I just saw Brad say
Yes,
turtles.
you cannot just you cannot
That's
use
what's in
their
my
answer.
mind. It's what's in my mind. I
Well,
look at it. It's in my
then
mind.
you have to take a half a second
Wait,
at least.
what was the question?
What's your favorite thing to do on a sunny day?
Swimming pudding. Chocolate
guess.
pudding.
Like, I low key feel like it's the right answer.
Yeah.
I'd eat it.
The pudding I swam in?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I wish I took a bath first.
Love where this is going, Noah. Good job.
I mean, this is sinking and we're having fun with it. All right.
Hey, what's the
Ooh.
first thing you're going to say when you get to the pearly gates?
Why
I
didn't
love you.
I get more? Never.
Time? Yeah, time's the word you're
Yes.
looking for. Okay.
What's Brad's? What's the most smelly thing
What's
you
the,
know?
What's the most smelly thing I
desk
know?
chair.
Noah.
I was gonna say flowers. Brittany, yep.
I actually just watched this.
I was being honest. My bad.
All right. Wrong answer. Wrong answers only. What did you say to your wife after giving birth?
Give me that basset down.
That's a good one.
He had floppy ears. It was he had those jowls, you know. Oh man.
How long are the returns on this thing?
Yeah, I think we lost that.
I
turn
don't
there.
know. Like, you guys aren't really helping me.
We're trying our
Oh,
best.
I'm not
man.
helping here.
I know.
Oh.
I'm just trying to
Okay.
think of stupid stuff. I'm just gonna. My segment's gonna go the whole podcast. I'm just gonna randomly start saying stuff.
All right, we're going to start my segment.
I got more notes. I got more stuff we could talk about.
Well, I mean, mine might take a little bit. My segments usually go 30 minutes, and we're at half an hour
I
already.
know. I usually just get that 5-minute block of.
The 5 minute.
We're just gonna attack me for a little bit.
This place stinks. That's what Brad said when his wife.
All right, here.
You got one?
What are you doing after your best man in 16th century Scotland comes home after that night?
Cleaning my truck.
Cracking a cold one.
Nice.
Nice.
That's horrible. We needed more ups on this game. We were not prepared.
No.
I feel like this is an office game that gets played, but like everybody's preparing the day before.
Not gonna lie, I heard it on the radio and I thought it'd be cooler with Joey and Brett here.
It probably
What?
would. Yeah, Joey usually says something not very funny.
Because we have to have somewhat of a filter on us when we do this.
That's true.
Joey's pretty.
We were getting close. We were getting close, weren't we?
a couple times.
Brad says it's a great bit, and we can work on it. This could be your reoccurring bit. Every time you're on camera, we should just do this as a bit, so we're always ready for that random thing you're going to say.
I literally, like, I've told Joey before, like, I don't want to tell you what I want to do. Just let me go.
Yeah, let it flow.
Just trust me that I won't get you canceled.
Yeah, that trust. Yeah,
Yeah.
that works.
Trust.
All right. It is a good segment. It's got a lot of promise.
Man,
I
we
like
killed
what we're
another
doing.
minute and a half.
There we go. So I think we're going to jump into my segment. Let me pull up the right thing here.
Hard transition.
Not a hard transition. I think it works out pretty well. I've got my questionnaire right here. All right, let me find my music because I don't know how to do this.
Look,
job.
we're it's like farm league on this podcast right now. We're not the MLB right now.
No,
we
we're
are
D
The
crew.
Savannah
Like you said.
Bananas?
D crew.
Savannah Bananas.
They're not. They're not even a league.
We have nothing on them.
No, they actually are funny.
Yeah,
They were in
they're
Kentucky.
entertaining.
Yeah, they were in Kentucky
Were they?
recently. I
Really?
think there was a bunch of
Oh.
people from my hometown that went.
I saw they were in like West Virginia. Actually,
That's what it
kind
is.
of Kentucky.
Yeah, it's
I guess
right beside it.
that's real Kentucky, really.
Noah needs an intro. He used to have one,
there used to be like 4 or 5 because you
but
guys.
it's in Seth's office.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you who does have an intro. This guy.
Ready to get your ear holes blessed? Take it away, Josh.
I do hope that the guy whose face is up on the screen in a Bitmoji at least has an intro.
Right? Man, that song goes on forever. I just looked at how much longer it has. Hey, guys, welcome to Podbless. I know we've been going through some segments here. We're working with the skeleton crew, but it's going good. I think it's working good. It's going live. We got people commenting in the live. It's really fun. Now, here's a call to arms. Not to be my best man and steal me a woman from the next door village. Not to give me a lie when I ask you a normal question. I have an interview question that I want to pitch out to you, the viewer. And you guys too. I was hashing out some ideas with our good friend Michael and our good friend Matthew, the Barber twins. And what we came up with was one of the most revolutionary bits that's ever going to grace the screen and the ear holes of the listener that's ever been used on Podbless.
You just hyped me up.
Dude, you should be hyped up. Yeah. Like, you should be my hype man with all that information that's passing at you. Who am I calling right now? Why was my
Why
phone?
are you calling me, bro?
Put them on live. Bet you won't.
No, my phone was connected to something else. I don't know what it was doing. Anyway, but I have a segment that's going to blow your mind. It might blow your socks off. So you might want to take them off so you don't ruin a good pair of socks. They're hard to come by. No, don't do that.
Trust me, you don't want that.
Hey, did you check out my new shoes?
Oh, let me see him.
The Hey Dudes? They're like,
Oh,
yeah.
Those look like new to you shoes.
Yeah. No, they're nice. They're really comfy, though. They got solid bottoms. Anyway, here's my segment. Here's what we're doing. We're holding interviews, everybody. Wherever the buttons are. We're holding interviews for new podcast hosts. Seeing as how Brett and Joey can't make it to one single night a week to come over, don't get me wrong. Brett, I love you. It's just a joke. Joey, okay. But we're going to do interviews. So as you're watching as a live person, I'm going to ask interview questions that we've come up with and hashed out to try to get the best of the best.
I'm a live person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys can be a part of this. we're going to interview for the best co-hosts that could be on the show. You know, ones that show up.
It's probably Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, probably the best.
Nah, he's leader. He can't be a co-host. He's like the host.
He's also not a Christian. That probably,
you know,
it might be a requirement for this
he
one.
believes in God. Well, he believes in a higher power. So anyway, might be aliens. Why
I
is
think
this
Theo Vaughn would be pretty good for this.
Am I on a phone call with someone?
Nice voice crack.
Hello?
I'll talk crap.
Is someone on the
Tell me
phone?
about it.
Check one. Why is my phone doing this, man?
Why are you calling me again?
There's something going on with my
I think it's the squirrels. The squirrels are at
in my brain.
You see, you guys
think-
gotta
I
watch
think
Rick
it's
and
that-
Morty. It's you can't talk crap about squirrels. Squirrels are out to get you.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I fixed
You
it.
know what
I
I'm
think
talking
it's
about.
that ADHD. The doctor said he had 80 of them.
So I'm going to ask
Me.
questions. Use guys that are live. Here they come. These are interview questions, and I want you to give your best answers.
Me.
And you two as well can give your best answers to see if you can be hired on as the new co-host of the Podbless podcast.
You guys getting paid for this?
You could, if we blow up, if you do a good enough job. Question number 1. What made you want to be a co-host on the Podbless podcast? If you're out there chatting in, comment in, what would make you want to be a co-host of the Podbless podcast? Seth?
I got a text from Josh Daggum Williams today saying, "Hey, do you want to be on the podcast?" Because my other friends ditched me.
Good answer. Noah? What made you want to be a co-host on the Podbless podcast?
I had nothing better to do,
Nice.
Oh my god!
and I don't want to get banned from Call of Duty anymore.
No, I'm thinking Clay Parks. Oh.
I just wanted to talk about 1600s Scotland.
I just wanted a platform to put forth what I really wanted to talk about.
This is one of those ideas that sounded really good for like 5 minutes, but then once you realize you got to do it for an hour, you're like, man, this
Oh my
is
gosh.
hard.
Bart said, I have nothing else better to do. Nice. Well, not the answers we're looking for here today, but, let's keep asking questions and maybe you guys can give a more well-informed answer. If you're out there listening, be ready. Here it comes. What's one thing we do well as a podcast that other podcasts don't? It'll make you think, right? What's one thing we do well as a podcast that other podcasts don't?
Very consistent. Realistically, not the whole crew,
Right.
but almost always a show.
Yeah. With 3 co-hosts, you can usually get something pulled together.
We do a good job at keeping it PG
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah. It's good Christian.
We really do need to get Holy Fans just trade. Like we need it as a site in our domain just to make sure nobody gets that. Because if that gets, someone's gonna take a hold of that and blow it up, and that's gonna go.
That is true.
We really need to work on that.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna get us going.
If Christian bookstores were still a thing, it would have been
Oh
gone.
my gosh!
It would have been gone
Oh
right
my
away.
gosh!
Uh,
that would have been perfect.
Rosemary says, make me laugh and keep us engaged. Brittany says, talking about holy stuff. Brad, make me want to vomit. Oh, that's not the right one. Hayden says, read the comments. Okay. Well, on the same note of things that we do well as a podcast, building on that comment, in what way are things we do? Sorry, I wrote this weird. What are things we don't do well that we could learn from other podcasts? So think of some of the favorite podcasts that you listen to. What's some of the things we could build better in our podcast that listening to others make you realize we should try that too?
Verbal abuse.
Verbal abuse. There are some good podcasts that use verbal abuse.
Yeah.
Stavros. Yeah. Stavi's World.
I've never heard
He's a
that one.
comedian that is very insultive.
It's got good crowd work.
Everyday men talking about whatever comes to mind. That's another comment.
I don't think we talk about everything.
Making me sleepy for bed. Oh, I'm glad we could help get you into La La Land there, Bart. That's a good one.
An ASMR podcast.
Yeah.
Is that when we're gonna start?
At the end of every show, we're like, all right, now tuck yourself in.
It's time for bed now.
But no, think of something that we could improve on the podcast that you think about other podcasts and you're like, hey, we should do this. Get somebody famous on? That would probably
That helps.
let's.
Ooh,
We're going full real answers here.
Rose. Yeah, this is
Man.
this is a real answer. We try to be funny, but this is a good building.
Be
segment.
more prepared. You'd be surprised how prepared we try to be, and then it's just not.
Yeah.
It really
Well,
is.
Noah's just camera shy. I
and
think
this
that's
is-
all it is.
This
Yeah, I
is
don't like
all
camera.
a side gig. This isn't anything that
Yeah.
we have 100% in. It's a hobby
Yeah.
in a sense.
Oh,
There's no money on the line.
we can make Podbless our gaming channel.
That would work.
That could work. Yeah.
Or
A little
we-
bit of Christian, a little bit of rock and roll.
Oh yeah, it's like mullets.
Rosemarie said, show up, cough, cough, Joey and Brett.
If I'm being real,
Yeah.
2 things. Obviously, just keep manipulating YouTube and Facebook algorithms more, like every other big platform does. And then I think sometimes the segments feel a little too segmented. Sometimes I think the boys just need to riff.
Yeah.
And then I think just go off the top of the head a little bit more.
100%.
I think if anything, that's it.
Yeah.
Just to not worry about segments. Sometimes I've been on some where we've had some real good segments going, and just to fit somebody else's in, we've like stopped
Stop
that
the
conversation just about
Yeah.
and switched over to it. I don't think anyone would feel bad about waiting until next week to save that segment or something.
Yeah.
So if I'm being real,
Good.
that's one of the things.
Good constructive bit there. That's good.
I think we should do some more challenges.
Challenges.
Challenges would be nice.
That'd be really fun because everybody
It's
likes
like
to
hot
talk.
stuff.
Everybody likes
We don't
to
need
talk
hot
crap
stuff every time.
But
We need portable cameras for like when we eat the hot chips and I run outside vomiting and
oh,
spitting.
well, I mean,
Why
we
does
know how to
it
do
have
the
to be
phone
hot?
thing now.
That's true. We just grab the phone and be like, "Come with me."
Like we could go out in the hall and watch each other joust. We can bring in a bobcat for Joey to fight.
Here's a bunch of
We need-
comments. More visual aids, Brittany says. Chris Jackson says, "Pod bless." Oh, hey, sorry, Chris. We started early. Invite Snoop Dogg on, Brad says.
Snoop Dogg always helps. That's for
Oh,
sure.
stream live from the NFL draft.
Dude, if we could get Snoop and Martha on at the same time,
Mm.
get Podbless cooking going, that'd be
That'd be pretty
Do you
great.
think we can make an exception for Snoop Dogg to be in the church?
He would be fine.
I'm just saying
I'm not
he's
saying he. I'm just the smell factor.
it's holy incense, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's cleansing.
It's legal now.
It's a herb.
It's the burning of the bush, one would say.
We let drunks in here all the time.
Killer.
Brad says, "I like it, Seth." He likes what you had to say there. Hayden agreed. All right. See, it's good when we're serious sometimes, you know? That is some good constructive criticisms. I have a couple more
Holy
questions.
and burning the bush. That's an actual rap lyric. I probably can't say that since I'm a youth pastor.
Yeah, you
but
don't want to.
Christian rap lyric.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, holy and burning the bush. Yeah.
Brad said he'd be totally fine in here. Brad's reaching out to all those lost souls. He
Can
doesn't
we
care.
try to get Kanye West Sunday service here?
I mean, you'd have to have like fire code stuff up to date because there's going to be a lot of people showing up for that.
We got a parking lot. We're fine.
We got our fire code's up to date. We're good.
No, I mean, because there's going to be thousands of people show up to see Kanye. Question number 3. You guys still in the interview mode. Tighten up your tie. Make sure not to act weird like in Step Brothers. If you saw a podcast topic start to go off the rails, what would you do to handle the situation? These are actually good like interview questions.
Make sure the train goes all the way off the track.
Just help it along.
Yeah, I'm just,
What is it? What was that town up in Ohio?
East Palestine.
Yeah, you're just going to go straight East Palestine with
I
it?
mean, yeah.
Gotta keep it as clean as their water.
Hey,
Nobody's ever said like, "Oh, thanks for that guy for getting us back on track."
thank goodness.
Like,
Well,
we always have to get Joey because like Joey's always trying to skip it.
that's true. There is a lot of skippers. See, some of these questions are hard hitting. It's like, oh wow, should I say what I want to say? Or any comments? Podbless cooking competition. Ooh, Podbless cooking competition.
Crap. The pop.
Redirect. Rosemary said, "Grab the popcorn." Brad says
See, I think the viewers are telling us what they want us to do.
they want to see a more off the rails. Oh yeah, when Rosemary reminds us about Pod Bless Your Heart. That's true because sometimes we get a little caught up.
Jerry Springer's dead, Brittany.
Can we like?
Let it go.
I like the Jerry Springer idea.
Oh, so do it like a Jerry Springer episode?
Oh, we
could
could have.
do that.
That's what we need to hold Jerry
That'd be kind of
Jerry
crazy.
blessed.
Like, could we sit Joey and Clay down and just like Clay walks in the room?
It was Steve was the security guard. Who got his own spin-off show.
That guy's
Yeah.
he's legit.
Yeah, he used to break up all the fights back in the day. He what was the hillbilly guy that knew Hillbilly Ninja? I think that was his name.
Oh, he Diamond Dave's Ninja School.
Yeah, he was on Jerry Springer. That's where
Yeah.
he's where he got one of his
Judy
big starts.
chop.
Yeah,
Oh, the Judy chop.
Don't
I have
go
seen
Judy
You
that.
got your
chopping.
Ninja, your
Yep, the
Judy, and
ninja,
your
yep,
Roddy.
okay.
yeah.
I've
Don't
seen
go
that guy.
Judy chopping. Nobody don't need no Judy chopping.
Don't be
Never been
ninja,
much of a
nobody
Jerry
ninja.
Springer guy. I've always been more of a Maury kind of guy.
Maury.
Yeah,
No,
that's always been my
I like,
show.
I like the like.
You were not the father.
I like the Nut House vibe, like, cause like you drive down the middle of Covington sometimes, and you're just like, man, half these people could make it in life on Jerry Springer.
Bart said, "Sit back and watch it burn."
Seats back.
Who was it? I had a friend go on Maury. once. Yeah, from my little Eastern Kentucky town. He was a nice guy. I went to school with him. Was on the bus with him one day, and he was in band. I was in band. I was like, "Oh, hey, you're a funny dude." I was like, "Hey, man, where'd you get all those scratches on your arms from? Did you like run through the hills and hit a briar patch?" And he goes, "You didn't hear about that kid that got chained to a toilet in the basement?" And I went, huh? And he goes, "Oh, you really didn't know?" I was like, huh?
Wait, was he the tiee or the tied up?
He got tied up. His,
Oh.
You don't get the scars from tying somebody else
They
up.
could fight back.
his parents, well, he was like in middle school or like high school, just going into high school. But his parents like tied him up by chaining him to a toilet in the basement, and like they found him and saved him. But he went on Maury to talk about his segment, and like they helped him out and helped him get a scholarship. And like,
Wait,
Would
I
you
don't
rather?
think Maury was the right show for that
Yeah.
was it Maury?
because Maury was always the paternity show.
Yeah. That's,
no, they did other things.
Did they?
Yeah,
They-
did
I
other
didn't-
stuff. They helped people out. They got him a computer. This was back in the 90s. So.
Would you rather be tied up in a kitchen or in a bathroom?
Bathroom.
Then you got to eat.
I mean, it
You don't
depends
have
on how close I am to the sink. I guess.
You live longer on
and
water.
fridge.
You live longer on water than you do food, and there's clean water in the back of the tank.
Well, that's what I mean. It depends on if the sink's right there.
Oh, well, I just think of the toilet.
There's
It's
a garbage disposal.
It's a full use.
Meh. Paper towels right there, hopefully.
Just turn the water on. You got a homemade bidet.
They run deep.
Okay. So, and there's one.
That's a wild one, Josh. That's
I've got
I
two
wonder how
more
he's doing.
questions. Yeah, it was a wild story to bring up in the middle of riding the bus home. I was
Have
kind
you,
of
like
ever,
blown
a-
away.
have you ever just thought of like how Jerry Springer back in like 20 years ago could not be on today? Like they had the they had the legless bodyguard tackling fighting chicks on the ground.
That's true.
yeah.
Like what is he gonna do?
Yeah. Well, take him down at the knees.
He had his 15 minutes of fame.
To keep this segment really funny and get away from all those serious bits, this was the last question that we came up with that Mike actually came up with and used in a professional interview. If you were going to be an animal, what animal would you be and why?
Dude, we thought about
Now, this is for the podcast.
With the-
So, if you were going to be an animal, what one would you be and
We're-
why?
We just talked about Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a Joe Rogan question right here.
Like there's
I
Such
mean,
a
it doesn't really matter because Joey's gonna take it all of us. So no matter what animal you choose, he's gonna choke you out. But it's bear.
Bear?
It's grizzly bear.
Grizzly? I was going to say black bear or grizzly bear.
I'm just going big hoss.
like
I want to eat some salmon.
part of me wants to be something fun. Something part of me wants to be something dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a bear. It's fun and dangerous. You
Everybody
can run
thinks it.
35, climb trees, swim, and you just eat everything.
Demolish anything you decide you don't like.
Break
right
a
away.
moose's back with one swipe, dude. Yeah, and then you just like I said, you just get to chill out with the homies eating some salmon out of that river. You have to go fishing.
Somebody said Brad said a bobcat, if you know. Or
I think it's for you, Noah.
or you know.
No, like Joey, maybe. I don't know.
I bet Brad meant the type Noah.
Yeah, I think he did too. Panda.
You're making a
Fun
small
fact.
person joke.
In sixth
Brad.
grade, I wrote an essay. We had it was Mr. Bowman's class, it was science class. We literally had to write an essay on whether or not we wanted. I don't know why in sixth grade we had to do this. It was whether or not we should save pandas or not. Like let like pandas exist in zoos
Dude,
or
they
not.
are some buttholes.
Yeah.
And I completely wrote that we should let them go extinct.
Well, I mean, they don't protect themselves.
Because it costs millions of dollars a year to have, like, each panda we have to pay like $2 million to China for, and there are multiple pandas in America.
Yeah.
So all pandas are property of China, and we rent them out.
That's
And
good.
yeah, and they fall out of trees and die and stuff like that just because they're dumb and they don't want to reproduce on their own. They're just dumb animals. We should just let them die.
That's a good question itself. Is like, what animal do you think needs to go extinct? Other than pandas, but like,
Yeah.
I can just think of a lot of things I wouldn't mind.
Well, now,
Cats.
you're thinking of these
I'm
animals.
just kidding.
You're thinking of these animals.
Cats are
Now, do you want to
important.
be these animals in captivity or out in the wild?
You don't want to be any. A
would
dog
not-
is the only animal in captivity I'm gonna give a
I hate
chance for.
SeaWorld. I hate SeaWorld.
All the homies hate SeaWorld.
All the homies.
R.I.P. Shamu.
Oh yeah, Black Ocean. Is that what that was called?
I think so.
There was a documentary, Blackwater.
A
or Black Sea.
Portuguese man o' war. Is that a
Oh,
dog?
it was called Blackfish. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
The one that Steve-O got really upset about.
Do liger? Liger. That's always one of those. Do they really exist? You see
Yeah,
them?
no, ligers exist.
Do they? Are
I
they
watched
real?
a
I feel like I've
documentary
always.
about it,
Okay,
but the documentary was called Napoleon Dynamite. So
it's a weird one to Google. You get like half and half. I feel like.
yeah, well, the internet
Yeah.
with
So,
AI now.
If there's anything saying no, I just have always really assumed that they didn't exist. So that's why I was wondering, are they a real thing? I'm be honest, I fully don't know.
Josh, what would you be?
What would I be? Ooh, I was trying to think of this earlier, but I wasn't really positive what I want to be.
Silverback would be pretty cool.
Silverback would be awesome, but I think I'd rather be just a straight up chimpanzee.
Chimps are
chimps are fun.
Yeah, well,
a chimp would mess up any one of us.
yeah.
So they're. I mean, you say that you're not.
They
they're-
made Planet of the Apes for a reason. like they have the potential.
They're bigger than they're like 4 foot tall, right?
Yeah.
So they're bigger than what you think. Like
Yeah.
that's a
I want to be.
hefty.
I want to be a honey badger
honey
That's a
badger.
good one. That's
because it's like they don't care. They're cool.
I just don't care.
There was some good viral video stuff for sure.
A dolphin seems like it could be pretty fun.
Ooh,
They can
jellyfish.
get pretty feisty.
I mean, well, dolphins are wild. We can get. I could go on a 10-minute rant about what dolphins do in their free time.
Oh, we went over that.
Yeah, we've talked about it a little bit on the podcast thing, but yeah, they're some wild animals. They're smart.
Yeah.
They're real smart. They can't speak English, so we kind of call them dumb still. But they're talking. They're talking to each other.
Oh yeah, the man of war. That's that big giant jellyfish that's out in the ocean.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That
Oh,
lets
okay.
its tentacles hang down, or they're like,
Huh.
yeah, little small tentacles.
I've seen like the oil rig cams of like the giant squids and stuff like that. Is that kind of what you're getting at? Like one of those kind of style
Have you ever looked up
jellyfish?
like dark secrets of the ocean and then like heard of all the sounds and like weird stuff people say they've seen that have like gone
Only
down there?
2 people have been to the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
And it's much harder to get to the bottom of the ocean than it is to space. So yeah, there's some wild leviathans out there for sure.
Yeah, it's just like all of these like the little things we can see that are like mass down there. But
Yeah.
like
Every time we go like into any deep like the ocean dives like expeditions, we discover like multiple new species of stuff we just had no clue existed.
Who was it?
Every
yeah,
time.
Screw saving the Amazon rainforest. Let's explore the ocean.
For real. Who was
I
the?
keep getting random about the Amazon too.
There was the cruise that
We
went
need
down.
to check it out.
They found the ocean that was under the ocean.
Oh yeah,
Is that
Yeah.
the ones that went to the bottom of the Mariana, or is that different?
that was James Cameron, the director, and
Yeah.
some other dude that went to
Time
the
out.
bottom of the.
They-
Bottom of the ocean and the ocean.
They
There's
found.
it's kind of like under the ocean, like another like piece of crust, and then like they found like a pocket
Maybe
where it's almost like
SpongeBob is actually real.
It was what it was based off of, because it is a black dense water that when they tried to take their submarine into it, it bounced off of it because it was more dense than the ocean water they were in.
Interesting. I've never
So
heard
they
of
would like dunk, and then the waves would go over this black whatever it was, just like in SpongeBob actually.
that.
Yeah, so there's like water underwater. But yeah, they couldn't see what was below it though. And
the ocean's
then
a scary place.
their helicopter
Yeah.
crash after they put it out that they found that. Some of them, not James Cameron, of course, but
Honestly, I feel like we just need to make floating jails in the ocean because to me, if I was stuck out in the middle of the ocean, I'd lose my mind.
oh yeah,
Just not seeing.
There's
nothing.
literally a pile of trash big enough to where we could just build it on that.
oh yeah, trash
Oh, yeah.
island.
So floating in the ocean.
Bart said he would want to be a killer whale.
It's not an orca.
I'm cute, but I'll kill you. Free
You know,
will,
it's-
man.
Never mind. We won't go there.
Interesting fact about the killer whale.
It was a
feel
funny
like-
joke, but
I
I
feel like
don't
you're
know
kind of getting
how.
offended over here.
Me?
I don't know, like
No,
let
it
off
was
your
a-
chest, man. Let's hear it.
The joke is acting like somebody's offended, but I'm not. I'm very much not offended. I don't think I should say it.
That's
but
good.
I don't know.
Good call. No, it's a good call.
SeaWorld and all them killer whales.
Yeah. Well, that's zoos.
it has nothing to do with SeaWorld, but it definitely has to do with killer whales.
That's zoos in general too. To me, just I mean the whole concept of a Jew.
You guys, can,
Not what I meant to say. Of a zoo.
you guys can put two and two together. Killer whales, all right, and then great white sharks. All right, that's part of my joke. All right,
Okay.
the name's there.
Take
Come
it
on
how
now.
you want.
Something's up.
All
That's all
right,
I'm
fine.
saying.
What's one animal you would want to bring back?
Oh, we did
Dodos.
that. Dodos. I said that too.
Dude, they're the one animal we could just probably farm them like chickens, and just eat their eggs and them. They probably taste like a chicken in a way, and yeah, like why I don't want to bring back a predator. Why are we trying to bring back large predators? That's
Because I
point.
think
That
a
is
megalodon would be awesome
megalodons are just gonna die again. You know
true.
what killed out megalodons, right?
themselves.
No, great white sharks. Great white sharks actually were able to swim in packs and swim faster and maneuver better than megalodons.
Can you think how wild that is though? Because like sharks don't travel in packs no more, really.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yep.
We just don't know about it.
No, we completely know about it.
You
But
got you got to wear the right,
I'm a
right
nerd here.
bandanas.
I
Chad
saw a
says-
pack of 18 sharks swimming at me.
a lot of the times it's not like if you see like a singular like beach shark like that's why like
Do they get together?
that's why
like
attacks
geese?
on
Do
the
they make,
beach
like-
don't happen very often because there's not very many lone sharks just swimming out. They die.
Do they-
You're gonna get killed by a lone shark will get jumped by like dolphins. Even like dolphins will jump sharks and stuff like that. Like they do that
I've
kind of
seen
stuff.
those.
Yeah.
So
Those are
like
pretty cool, actually.
in the ocean, like I said, it's a wild place. Even as a great white shark, you're dying if you're by yourself.
Yeah.
The
was it?
animals in the wild, you don't stay alone. That's not really how life works.
Was it a tuna? 500-pound tuna? Listen, man, you're losing that fight 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Those are big fish.
So
Yeah. Chas was saying lion. Somebody else had said liger before that. Chas.
I'm
just
cool
so
with
you know.
woolly mammoths. If we could put
Yeah.
a bunch of woolly mammoths in Antarctica, though, that'd be kind of sick. I'll give you that.
Remember when you asked what would happen if a bit went off the rails?
This is what I want, though, Brad. Why wouldn't you want this? This is what makes the podcast, in my
Honestly,
opinion.
if Willie Mammoth came back and didn't talk like Ray Romano, I wouldn't mind if they stayed dead.
Didn't sound like Ice Age.
Yeah.
Here, Chone's up. Your Chone, I can talk. Your phone is up to 31%, so we
Oh,
can look
thanks,
up that
man.
Podbless segment.
Oh, resurrecting old segments?
Oh no, we talked about it last week, and I found it right after we picked up Podbless.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pod Blast.
We had to shine some light on some local people here.
Shine
I'm trying to
the
help
light
out
on
local
me.
calls for everybody.
There you go.
In Kentucky.
Here, let me find.
No,
Okay.
I'm always on vacation on Shark Week.
I've always wanted to. I'm never going to because I'm not even interested
to go shark
enough.
cage diving. I've looked it up.
Oh,
It's
no, that's not what I'm saying.
$500. Nearest place is in Maine, and but like you have to go when it's cold out there and it's like miserable.
Yeah.
But you go like 25 miles off the coast.
The wife went great white swimming.
I
in a cage
also
and stuff.
want to go tornado
In a
hunting.
cage?
Yeah.
That's still not
She,
doing
she
it.
was in another country, though.
Did you ever do that?
Yeah. Oh, especially not doing another country. That's sketchy.
Do you guys want to go
What's the question?
tornado hunting?
No.
Why?
I have children, and I'm 40.
I'd just
What
rather
does that
like
have to do with anything?
Yeah, I don't do fun stuff
Age
anymore.
is just a number.
I don't need to mess with natural disasters. I'll do something stupid unnaturally on my own that I can control a little bit more
Every
rather
day.
than, I trust God. He's done well at leaving my life in His hands to this point, but I don't think I need to go seek out His natural.
Disasters.
Yes, that'd be.
Well, they're government controlled now.
I
Yeah,
would
that's
help
true.
after, but like I want to go see a tornado.
You got your segment found?
I'm still
Or
trying to
your,
find it.
or what you call it? I
Come
think
on.
it's in that
I
group
just want to
chat.
rent a
Come
boat
on, work
and
it out.
sit in Florida in the middle of June, right out off the coast.
No, that's pretty fun. I've done that.
Did you find the news?
Josh, I am looking. For
Oh,
a
I'm
God.
just asking questions, man.
See, that's what Brittany. That's what I was gonna say. Is I've always wanted to, never going to, because I'm not that interested. And why would I actually do this? But I've always thought about like, do I take a whole week off and binge watch as much Shark Week as I possibly can 1 year?
Did you hear about Poopies from the movie?
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah, because he was on Shark Week trying to like water ski over a pack of sharks.
That was his
That's dumb.
nickname. And they they got him.
Oh, they do
They
that.
almost bit his arm off.
Yeah.
Turns out just being on top of the water doesn't make you safe.
He was going for
That or dive bombing a pack of sharks from the air.
Yeah, he was trying to be a Bam Margera style guy. And
Did you guys see what Bam Margera's on the run?
yeah, he
Yeah.
was on the
Again.
run from the cops.
That's wild. What a wild guy.
I'm pulling it up now.
I was going to say I think I found the right one.
Wrist. Off the wrist.
Jerry. Oh, all right. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play the music. Here we go.
Podbless your heart.
All right. For all you fellow Kentuckians out there, we need to bring
Feller
we need-
Kentuckians.
Feller Kentuckians. We need to shed light on a serious topic real quick. Local woman in Grant County is hoping to save her pet bobcat that is potty trained to use the toilet that was seized by the state.
Seized by the state.
Why was it seized by the state? See, there
Because
has-
apparently a bobcat is one of the 20 pets in Kentucky you're not allowed to have no matter what.
no, I get that, but you had to do something for somebody to know. That's
Apparently,
I don't
I
care.
guess her neighbors got mad that it kept on getting out. Like it
See,
was
that's-
trained to
yes.
go out and it came back.
And trying to use their toilet. I'm just.
See, I don't think people understand
Hold
the
on.
term trained. I think they'd like to use the term trained. I don't think we realize you don't train bobcats
Well,
ever.
All right.
So many people take wild animals
They're not
and
tamed.
domesticate them a little bit.
They're
Like
not.
deers.
It's
I'd
not
have a-
domestic.
That
it's a
one lady
deer.
we helped out with the church, she
But
had a
it's
pet deer.
but it's you let that deer is coming back for food, and then it's doing for like if it can't get food, it's coming back.
But
if it gets food out there, it's not coming back.
But a bobcat is also a predator when a deer is prey. So there's a difference there.
And
All right,
yes, and they said the bobcat is going to be out on its own. If he's struggling to get food that bad, he's probably just going to come back and get
they
that
probably
ham
killed
sandwich.
the neighbor's cat. Let's be real.
Is there
Probably
more
killed
to
the
it?
neighbor's dog.
All right.
Or
Bane,
kid.
a potty trained pet bobcat who preferred his food microwaved, is in state custody in need of a new home after Fish and Wildlife seized the animal from its owner in February.
The most bougie wildcat since Debbie
Yeah.
Smith.
The lady that got him is from Oklahoma. She is now charged with misdemeanor for possessing the protected animal, a violation of Kentucky's state statutes.
This ain't a law in my home state. Nobody told me that when I moved
She
here.
said the bobcat was an infant when they legally bought him 2 years ago in Arkansas.
I done didn't know about that.
He's loving, never hurt anybody. He potty trained, would go on the toilet, probably flushing himself. Let's be real here if he's that smart. Ate a non-traditional diet because he didn't like raw meat either.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
understand that.
This cat was pampered.
It didn't
I don't
like,
believe that it used the toilet.
Well, it didn't like to eat the raw meat because it stayed on the
Dude,
toilet too long.
Photo of it is literally him using the
Let me
toilet.
see it.
Yeah. Right
You
there.
can train house cats to do it, so I guess it's just
Yo,
another.
what?
Hold on, since Josh doesn't know how to use that. That is a bobcat using a toilet.
It looks like a house cat from here, but keep going.
I gotta click back on it. Hold on.
Oh,
All right, yeah. So she got a misdemeanor for it. She trained it her whole life.
It's just a misdemeanor.
She did say it would sometimes get out around her house and like stay in the backyard cage, but he would mostly stay inside. Just goes on, talks about it.
wasn't there something to do with meth in this one?
No, that was the killer clown lady.
Oh, okay, never mind then. We'll save that for next week.
7 weeks ago, someone complained that they had a pet bobcat, filed a citation. They came and got it because it's illegal.
Okay.
I think it's a free country. You can have any pet you want if you can take care of it.
What about a panda?
Is it attacking me?
If you could rent it from China for $2 million,
Like, honestly, I'd be like
I'm
the
just-
Hangover, and I'd have a pet giraffe if I could.
But you just say that is it attacking me. I'm just saying you have your pet bobcat, city limits or not. I see it outside of your backyard, it's getting shot.
yeah, especially if you're in Kentucky, I wouldn't think anybody would care.
I'm shooting it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You got to be doing that. Like, there's plenty of places in Kentucky that you can own a bobcat. So you're doing this in the wrong.
If you're
that's all I'm saying.
it said if you're in a sanctuary or a zoo, you can have one.
Yes, but I'm saying illegally. I'm going with the illegal, not law-abiding citizen view here. The not Podbless version, I guess. You want to illegally own a bobcat? I'm saying there's plenty of places, and like even around your hometown. I'm sure there's probably some bobcats hanging around.
So-
You just don't have to go around telling everybody and let it hang around your suburb.
We had pet turkeys for a long
live
time, too.
somewhere with a little bit of land and
So,
some trees, and if it comes back, ain't nobody gonna care.
Apparently, in the past 2 years, there's been 57 citations issued in the state of Kentucky. Majority of them were for deer, raccoons, and alligators.
Dang.
Gators.
In
Gators?
Kentucky? That sucks.
I've always wanted a moat, so I understand that one.
Other
actually.
species
Makes
are
sense, yeah.
included,
Heads up.
like you're not allowed to have, even though they look cute and cuddly, are red and silver foxes, primates, opossums, squirrels, mallard ducks, skunks, and minks.
You don't have to say the O. But yeah.
Opossum.
No, you say it. It's there. We're
Yeah.
gonna use
What is
the
it?
English language.
Foxes, they generally all have rabies, but it doesn't affect them. So if they bite anything, it gives that thing rabies. So that's a big thing about them being
They're
domesticated.
so cute, though.
So my main problem right now is this cat might get euthanized if we don't do something.
Well,
Darn.
I mean,
It's not a regular cat, so I
mean,
actually care.
It depends on if I'm allergic to them or still. I guess that'll.
I wonder if you would be.
I've always wondered that.
Maybe
would-
that one because it was eating like warmed up canned meat.
Probably is sitting in the
Possibly.
house getting their nasty dander as well. Yeah.
I mean,
If I was going to domesticate something, I would want to do a raccoon. Raccoons are
Really? Is this
cute little smart creatures.
Brittany's friend wants a pet raccoon.
I'm telling you.
They're definitely pretty smart, but they're just devious, dude.
you seen the people with the pet chickens? They have emotional support chickens.
I want chickens.
I'm a big fan of chickens. But
Chickens
there's
are good.
Stupid laws around here.
Chickens are good to eat their eggs and to eat them.
In
That's-
Kenton County,
all
you guys
that-
have
that's what I
hen
want 'em for.
acres.
Uh-oh.
All cats should be euthanized. I'm about that.
Chas says, I think they should just let the owners figure out what happens when you try to tame a wild animal. That's let nature take its course.
Look, if this
That's a good
animal's
call.
that far, like, I think
I agree, but like just they said, you can't be getting caught. You can't just you can't live in the middle of a suburb and try to get one of these.
she
You
lived
gotta,
in
yeah.
Grant County by Joey, actually.
but she had to she had
She
too
was,
close
like-
of neighbors. Joey could have a
She was,
pet
like-
bobcat. That's where I'm getting at here. Joey's house. I'm not gonna give away locations, but he has enough space where they could have a pet bobcat. She obviously did not have enough space. Even my house, maybe. But like yours, you couldn't do it. Josh's, he couldn't.
There's people on Hans Pike with chickens, and they're like technically illegal to have.
But
It's
but that's what I mean. But their neighbors, if multiple neighbors have chickens, then you know you're in the good. You just don't worry about it. You got to know your neighbors a little bit, and then you got to know your spot. She
gonna
did
say.
not know her neighbors well enough, and she did not know her spot well
That sounds like one of those I need to make a generous donation type of deals.
Well,
honestly.
I think
enough. Joey could get a bobcat.
the important thing to do here is I could probably get away with hiding a bobcat, but I know how to keep my mouth shut.
Yes.
That is an important thing. You don't go around being like, "Hey, you want to pet? You want to pet Tommy? Tommy the bobcat or Bobby the bobcat? Whatever she's got him named. Probably has a name, right?" So, who do you think you should bless in this situation? The officers that had to follow through with this
Now they're a
warrant,
bunch of narcs
or
taking away a pet.
Now I
or-
actually have sympathy here.
okay,
I Bobcat or the lady.
bobcat or the lady? Well, the person who's an idiot though, I almost
Wait, you got to think. This Bobcat
Jesus,
just went to like
Jesus, Brad.
this Bobcat went to the sanctuary, and now it's not getting pampered. Like that's like putting Kim Kardashian in jail, probably. Like that Bobcat's like, you're telling me I have to eat actual meat. I can't use the
well, it's
toilet.
like putting Free Willy in a tank. you
Kim
know?
Kardashian is going to
I
a
don't
nicer
like
jail than
zoos.
our homes. Let's be real.
It's true.
I've seen some of them nice prisons. They look nice.
The only things that belong in a zoo are giraffes. They can't protect themselves at all. They're like, yeah, you deserve to be in there, not on the African plain. Like you're going to get poached by an animal.
Giraffes can very much. Have you seen them
Yeah.
fight?
I've seen them.
Have you ever seen them
knocking
hit
horns. Yeah.
something other than a giraffe? It goes flying.
But
They
look
don't.
at-
They
got
don't
a-
survive.
They got a lot of leg to grab a hold of for a lion, though. But anyway, yeah. Who are you thinking? I'm voting bless the officer that had to follow through with the warrant to go take the cat away, because man, you didn't want to take that cat away.
Well, it was cops there enforcing it, but they had to hire a professional.
handler.
Yeah, for sure. Someone at the local zoo probably came out and caught it while cops are standing there.
It actually
you better let us
said-
do this.
They did not have the proper cage for it, and she had to give them her cage for it to
Oh
take
my
him
gosh.
away.
yeah, that's
Yo,
baloney.
what is that? Someone posted a whole chicken link.
That's a Twitch.
Is that a
Melissa.
no.
Melissa?
She was trying to show us
Jeez.
an article, so she
Oh,
posted a
man.
link.
Sending the whole link. Joyce.
Yeah. Gibberish.
Brittany says the bobcat needs blessed.
I agree.
I agree with the bobcat because it's
Yeah.
just trying to do its thing. It's getting some food. It's roaming around,
That
killing
seems like the
people's
best
other
way.
cats and dogs, and just trying to live its life.
Well, I'm going to name him Bobby. So, Bobby the Bobcat,
Pod bless your heart, sweetie.
I hope you can handle that raw meat they're going to give you in Sanctuary.
Dude, that'd be hilarious. He just
Hopefully.
like starves to death because it won't eat any of the stuff, and they're like, "No, you better."
Like
You
they
better.
can't release it now though, because it's just gonna go find the next house and be like, "Hey man, let me come inside."
It's looking for a toilet. It's like, oh, this raw meat gives me diarrhea.
100%.
Bless the Bobcat. The neighbors who didn't know. Hacked, Hayden says.
Hackermans.
You got to watch it
Someone
later.
get their mom.
Go home, Mom. You're drunk. Brad says, Missy don't understand how Podbless works. It's okay. We enjoy having you in here. Yeah, so I guess that kind of wraps up everything that we had going. We took in some constructive criticisms. We figured out how to get ready for Noah's segments more often.
Yeah, we figured out that I need to be better prepared.
No, you
There's a
did
decent
good.
bit of learning going on this podcast.
You're shooting from the hip. You're doing what you wanted to do. That's good. It
I
works.
mean, yeah, but
But
we all know.
now we can reuse that and be more better prepared for what we saw happened.
Wrong thing to say. Closing out of shows. Go.
Oh, that's a good way to close the show.
Hello, welcome to Pod Bless. Thank you for tuning in. We're just starting our show. You are in for a good one.
I'm looking for the exit. Oh, there it is. But I'll just wait on that.
I'm glad I'm the only one that committed to the bit.
I know. I was
Sorry.
waiting for Josh.
I was trying to read. What did you say?
Said now you got something planned.
No, I don't. I really don't.
said
I really didn't.
wrong
hear
Hit
ways,
it.
Wrong ways to say you're closing out a show.
Wrong ways to say you're closing out. See, I have to repeat it so I know what you said. Wrong ways to close out a show. Oh, that's rough.
Or right ways to close out a show, technically, because we're looking for wrong.
All right. Every time we do this, we have to do it in remembrance of Joey and Brett.
We're not going to be here next week, so don't tune in.
You're not going to be here next week? I'm not.
Nope,
gonna
the
be.
whole show. The whole show's canceled after this, so don't come in next week.
I'm actually not going to be here next week. I have something. Actually, I could show up. It could be a mystery
No, I
thing.
was
Joey's
going- I was-
actually already texted us.
Once
and
again-
said we're not allowed to touch
Oh,
the
Once
yeah.
equipment
again,
anymore.
the only one
bit
going
killer.
along with the bit.
It's the desk. It's
I
the
am-
desk that makes you a
It's
bit
the
killer.
desk. I'm trying to go with Noah's bit. What's the worst thing to say? That we're not having a show
Oh,
next
what'd you
week.
say?
And I said we're not having a show next week. Don't tune in.
was
We're
a-
not going to be live.
That's like
It's-
threatening me with a good time.
It was a lie. It was the lie that
So
you were
what's
asking
the
for.
worst
Oh,
thing to
I get it.
say?
I get it.
Don't
I get it.
watch us ever
get it.
again because
Hey.
it's not happening.
Brad says D team for the win.
I guess we just killed the show.
What's the wrong way to tell your wife you love her?
What's the
Oh my gosh.
My name Jeff.
Tell her your girlfriend's name.
Oh. Tell her or call her?
Oh,
Yeah, that would be worse. Tell her your boyfriend's name. How about
call
that?
Pizza Hut on the phone, honey.
You're looking hot today, Cheryl.
I'm just on my Bible app. That was a story before the show. Anyway, well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you're out there listening, go out there, leave a like and a share and a review. Leave us some stars. If you're looking for some Podbless merch, I got one of the newer shirts out here, the green model. We've still got some shirts to give out to winners. We've given one out to the one winner, and we've got two more to give away that we were talking about a couple weeks ago. Trying to think if there's anything else. Tell a friend about the show. If you like our shorts and our TikToks, go out there and follow that and share it with other people. It helps us out when we get more views. And who knows? D-Team might take over.
I think we're going to get the show sponsored by Jerry Springer.
D-Team might move up to B-Team. Spring
Not gonna say the joke. I
Spring.
wanna say.
Yeah, that's good. So anything else on your hearts before we close in prayer? Yep. Okay. Well,
No,
I
we're
think we
good.
made an hour and 13 minutes without getting in too much trouble. So
hey, yeah, we don't know yet until tomorrow.
I might as well see.
After
the
we
deal.
publish, we'll find out what happens.
Yeehaw.
We'll end the show. It's supposed to start off with Joey, but we don't have him. So I'm Josh,
I'm Seth.
I'm not Joey or Brett.
and this
Is
Pod Bless. There you go. We
They
did it
were
together.
open-minded.
Who was open-minded?
I know. Yes.
You think I was gonna let that episode go that easy?
If only the neighbors would have been more open-minded.
I know.
All hearts clear and minds clear too.
We'll see if anybody can catch that later.